What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the first episode in our coverage of a game called Killers and Thieves. It's by Stoic Studios. If you recognize the name, those are the people that did the Banner Saga. And so this is, I guess, the next game, not from like the Banner Saga Deos, but from like the same, I don't know, production company or something. Either way, it's got fantastic art values. It's a game in which you take control of a thieves guild. And it's basically an open world sandbox game with storyline missions. It's a lot like Xcom with thieves. Almost. Not in the combat sense, but in the management sense. So let's check the game out. I think you guys are probably going to like it. It's a game that has a lot of rough edges, but it's a game that I found myself having fun with for the first couple hours. So let's go ahead. We'll go new game. We got to do our starting advantage. So what is your starting gold, and how many thieves do you have when you start out? The middle values are the normal. Everything on the left is easy. Everything on the right is hard. Prison terms are 3 to 7 days for a captured thief. A thief's stealth stat affects how long they can be seen before the guards react. It goes down by double on normal difficulty. It goes down, or I'm sorry, by half. I think that should say 0.5. But I don't, oh no, it's their stealth stat. It doubles their stealth stat. Okay, yeah, I never thought about it that way. Let's play the game.
Oh, good. You still have your hands. The fox hearts have a nasty habit of removing those. We'll need them. I run a business for killers and thieves, and what we could really use is some experienced help. Considering I saved your life, you owe me. How do you feel about revenge?
So as you can tell, it has all the crazy art assets that you've come to expect from Stoic Studios. So this is our management area. This is a tavern that our guild owns. We've got things like our training room, our barracks. We've got our recruiters so we can get more thieves. Our expense list, the map is where we go and we find heists and stuff like that to pull off. The storefront is where we sell stuff. So we have a broken exclusive wine that we can sell here. You can actually take over and do a protection racket. And if you have a protection racket that's taken over a store, that's how you fence your goods. It's kind of like you're laundering the goods. And so you'll go to a place and you'll be like, hey, you're going to sell these weapons or I'm going to kick your ass. And they're like, okay. And so when you've got a shit ton of loot, you've got to start taking over stores so that you can get rid of it. Either that or you can break it down for the value that's right here, I think. So we've got an exclusive wine that we can put on sale inside of our tavern. That'll be worth 5 gold. We've got a salt wine, which sounds absolutely horrific. I don't feel good about that. And an inferior common bitter ale. If you put an item inside of a store that sells the item specifically, then it gets like I think like a 30% boost or something like that. Yeah, they sell faster and you get more money. And so, for example, this was worth 15 until we put it inside of our tavern, then it was worth 18. That's one of those little things you got to do. It costs us 30 gold a day to run the tavern. As we take over more stores, it'll cost us more and more money. And we've got the living quarters. This dude's up here having himself a sultry, sensuous bath. His personal time. This dude's clunked out over here. We're going to have to clean the sheets again. He's drooling all over him. Man, that's just nasty. Somebody laying on the pillows like blah, and they got like puddle mouth going on. We can show and hide our thieves by going like that, and it'll show you the thieves we have. So we have Tristan Breckenden, who is Arbalest. He can move slowly and remain hidden. He's got an ability called Prowl. His traits are Bulldog. His morale increases slightly the more famous he gets for stealing stuff. So as his bounty goes up, he gets happier and happier, and he's a filcher. When he steals things, he may forget to bring them back to base. All right, we've also got a stealth stat, which is how this is like HP. When a guard or a civilian sees you, this number starts to tick downwards, and when it gets to 0, you're officially wanted. And from that point forward, the guards will hunt you until you leave the map. And then when you go to a new map or a new heist, it regenerates back up to full. Skill is how fast you can open locks and do skillful things like, jumping out of windows, basically all activities. It's like how fast you do activities. You have better chances to hit in combat, dodge in combat. Strength is how hard you hit and how many items you can carry. And then all this stuff up here is pretty well self-explanatory. We've got Botch, who is stealthy. He has some strength, but he's not very skillful, so he's good at disappearing. We've got Candle. She's a warrior, so she's really good at fighting. She's really good at strength. She's fantastic at assassinations, but she's garbage at sneaking around. Just don't use her. We've got Flick. Flick has the ability to climb out of windows and scale the outside of buildings, which is pretty badass. I think that's pretty sweet. And then we've got Key. Key is the person that she just got in that opening cinematic, which I left in. Normally for a first impressions video, I wouldn't leave the cinematics and we just jump into the game and play it. But I felt like it really showed off Stoic's pretty trademark animation that they do in all their games, and I like it, so it stayed in. He's got skill, and he can also lockpick. This is by far the best ability in the game. If you don't have somebody who can lockpick, you are up doo-doo creek, because everything in this game is locked. And so your lockpicking guy, the majority of missions are going to revolve around, how can I get the lockpicking guy who sucks at everything to the lock so that he can pick it, so that my skillful guys can steal it. And so let's go ahead and have a look at the world map. As of right now, we've got a map of a place called Greypool, which is a fantasy city. The only place we can go right now is the Brine Gates, which is essentially the hood. And so let's jump on in here. The point of the game at the moment is to do this storyline quest, which is basically like a tutorial. On this side, we've got our safe house, which is in a random spot depending on when you play. I've had games when it was up here, down here, over here. These are guards. If you do a heist anywhere near a guard, these guys will actually actively be in the mission. So let's say that I wanted to do a mission right here. There would be a shit ton of extra guards. There would be so many guards, and it would be the worst. It would be downright awful. We can click anywhere on the map and we can orchestrate a stakeout. A stakeout will let you know if there's any stores you can shake down in the area, any protection rackets in the area, and how much gold is in these houses, and it'll add a little icon to each house so that you can decide if you want to rob it or not. For right now, since there's no guards around and we only have one shield, think of this like Grand Theft Auto. These are your stars. The more crime you do in a district, the more shields you'll have, and guards will just start flooding in from the edges of the map, and it'll make your missions very difficult, and so you kind of want to move around a little bit. I am going to put a stakeout right here. The stakeout is going to have... Let's have Arbalest do it. He'll stake out this area, and in a couple days, he'll actually have a reading for you. And as you can see, there's a little icon for Arbalest that'll move down here. He'll stake out the neighborhood and do his thing. Aside from that, we got to do this storyline quest, otherwise we can't do anything else, so we have to bring 4 thieves. Key agrees to help Candle establish the guild in exchange for revenge on the Foxhearts. He organizes a practice heist to see Candle's people in action, steal a couple of items, and escape. Alright, so let's add these guys to the docket. Let's do this thing. Alright, so this is what the heist looks like. We are currently all down in the sewers. If you pan and scan around, there's a bunch of buildings. There will be random guards. This is all sandbox. You can do this in any order that you want. You can do this however you want. You can bypass a building, not go into it, kill people, do whatever you want. Just be aware that your actions have consequences, so if you go in super hot and heavy and you start murdering people left and right, lots of guards are going to show up in your next mission. We're going to go ahead and get everybody out of the sewers, I think. There they are. They can't. Oh, they came out of a sewer pipe over there. I thought they were going to come out of this one. So here's our thieves. One of the big bummers about this game that I really don't like is that your thieves do not look unique. Your thieves are all just little blue guys. I would love it if at least their colors were different while you were playing so you could identify them a little bit easier, but right now they're bound to the 1, 2, 3, and 4 keys. Everybody has a different ability. He has an ability called Eavesdrop, which means that if, well, I'll click it right now. He can actually see what's directly above him and below him inside of buildings when he eavesdrops. These guys are guards. You don't want them to see you. Obviously, if you're a thief, the last thing you want is for a guard to see you. And so we're going to wait for this guy to piss off down here. Anything that has gold on it is lootable. So, for example, these cabinets right here. Let's see here. Anything with gold accents, that's lootable. These buildings we haven't scouted yet. I don't see any guards around. I'm going to wait and see what happens with this guard right here. When your guys are leaning against a wall like that, it means they're skulking, and it means, okay, so a guard just went inside. Let's go. There's a lot of waiting around in this game. There's no time limit on anything, though, but you will find that you spend a lot of time in this game just kind of waiting. And that's how the thief game goes. Like, I'm going to run him in here real fast. And we are going to shut that door to break line of sight. Shut that door. This is lootable. That needs to be picked. And so we'll have Key do that. You can jump out of first-story windows with any thief. Anything higher than that will start to deal damage. There was a jade cup in there. Key, you come over here. You go up to the next floor with Key. You can't pause and give orders. It's a big bummer about this game. The big thing that they tell you in the tutorial of this game is that you're supposed to be using your thieves together in tandem. So, for example, an example that I would give you in the way that I've played the game is, let's say there's a bunch of guards out in front of the building. You can get a guy called an alchemist, and you can have him do an alchemy show over off to the side, and all the guards will go and watch him for like 30 seconds. And from then on, anybody that walks past him has a chance of stopping and looking at him. And so you can put him right next to a door to give that show, and he acts as a lookout, essentially, because if a guard's coming and he stops and goes, huh? And watches the show for a second, you know that your thieves inside should bail out and run out of the building or jump out of a window or something. But since you can't give orders during the pause, it's very difficult to orchestrate things, and it comes down to like who can click the most in the shortest amount of time, which I don't like very much with botch. Go ahead and listen. I want to hear what's going on in here. You've lockpicked that, so let's go ahead. I haven't seen any guards come up. A lead trinket. Okay. The guards are next door. Botch, go ahead and look through that keyhole. Doesn't look like we have anything over here. There's a guard coming right now, so I'll get ready to jump out of a window. He turned around. Okay, good. Nothing in there. Is any of this locked? I'm going to use him basically as a scout for key, just in case I need key to go grab something for me. What'd you get out of there, man? What'd you got? A bronze bell. Okay, so key. Okay, he didn't come up the stairs, so we're solid. Look through that keyhole. There's nothing inside of there that I can see. All right, get out of the building. And then key will open the window and jump out. Oh, a guard saw him out of the window. What? I didn't even know that that was a thing that could happen. Okay. And so as you saw, there was a little number. Go back and rewind it if you didn't see it. But his anonymity went down. It's called anonymity. Sorry, I call it stealth because that's what they call it in the stats menu. So we stole a couple of things from here. There's a bunch of guards inside of that building, so I don't know if there was a murder or something like that. I'm going to go this way, and we'll just kind of figure it out. I'm going to send in my scout. I'm going to have him hide and then use his eavesdrop. I don't see anybody running around. Go ahead and get out of the building because the guards are coming, but we know that there's treasure in that room right there, which means that I will probably have Key go in there in just a minute. He stopped to look at Candle, but...
What?
Okay, he's going inside to investigate real fast. We got to wait for him to come out. Well, the guard hasn't come out, and so I'm thinking I want him to climb a wall. So how do I get him to climb a wall? I've never had this ability before. So he can actually climb upwards? Oh, I thought he could jump from the ground up to there like Prince of Persia style. Oh, there's the guard right there. So he went up to the roof, and the guards can actually look around from the roof too. But there's a lot of waiting in this game. There's a lot of downtime. It's going to be too slow paced for a lot of people. And then on top of that, it's just a really difficult game just due to like little quirks and things like that. You know what? I'm done waiting around for this shit. Key, get in there. Close that door. Go ahead and loot from there. All right, a ceremonial plate. The next thing is upstairs. It looks like he just went up to the roof. Oh, there's two guards in the building. Okay. I didn't realize that there was two of them. All right, we'll close that off real fast. Oh, this room's locked. What's inside of here? Why is it locked? I get tempted when I see locked rooms. When I see locked rooms, I'm like, but what's in here? There's got to be something in here. Yes? Let's jump out the window real quick. That way we don't have to deal with this, and then I'll go back to botch. We'll listen again. I'm waiting for this guard to come out. So apparently there's two guards. I want that cabinet right there. That cabinet looks like it's got the good shit in it.
What?
All right, so up the stairs we go. Hopefully there's no guards around. If there is, this is about to be a rough day for Key because that's a long ways out. A tin... Oh, shit. There's a tin charm right there. Botch, give me a listen. Let me know where this guy's at. We've got something else right here. A jade chess set. That sounds good. Go ahead and come down the stairs right here. Close that door. This is one of the things that bugs me about this game. You can't see through open doors when you're peering through a keyhole. It's a weird design decision, but all these doors are open, so I should be able to see the entire floor. If for whatever reason I can't. All right, so we're going to bounce. I'm going to wait and see if he comes up that way, and if he do, let's go downstairs. We already got all the stuff anyways, so we looted the hell out of this place. Our anonymity has taken a hit, but I think we can get away with like one more heist over here. If we can go and just run in and cut purse another house, I think we'll be solid. So he's listening. There's a treasure chest right there. I don't see any guards, so Key, get up in there. I know a guard's going to come down the stairs like right now and screw me over. Another thing is I don't like it how when you lockpick, you also have to loot on top of that. He's loaded up with loot, so he's done. If you give him any more loot, he'll be at negatives, and that'll make him very slow. And so the other thing we probably want to do is go through here, unlock everything for our other thieves, so that they can come in and just, like, weigh themselves down with loot. There's a civilian over there. I don't have time to get that door open. Civilians will only stay on one floor. So if there's a civilian, that means you just have to dodge him. Or you can stab him to death. I mean, that's an option too. You can murder the bastard, but it might not go very well for you. I don't have time to pick that lock, I don't think. Hey, Botch, get up in here. I need you to go ahead and hide and then listen right there so that Key can time this properly. I'm going to try and get him to close this door right here so that we have a little bit of time to pick that lock. And so we'll close that. And then over here. Ooh, that's a tough lock. He might not make it. Close that off. I don't think the homeowner's going to come in here. And if he do, we're in deep trouble. Okay, so he's already gone back. Let's listen one more time. I have no idea how I'm going to get that treasure right there. I might be able to get the one from upstairs, though, if I time it just right. Run for it, fool. Yep, you're almost out of stealth, so... Can I not loot that right there? Oh, it's got gold on it. I can't loot it? Alright. What do I know about anything? I guess we'll go in here. I don't see any treasure. Yeah, it said anything with gold on it can be looted, but... I don't see a whole lot of looting opportunities. Botch, where's that guy at? Alright, so I'm about to time this just right. And there it is. We did time it just right. Seeing as most of my guys are out of stealth right now, their anonymity is almost broken, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tell them all to jump back down a sewer. There we go. And so we just tell them all to go down in there, and off they go. You can see how he's moving a little slower because he's overweight. Yerp. All right. And so none of the loot counted because it's a practice heist, I guess. Could have gone worse, I guess, says Key, but you're not ready. The last time anyone opposed the Foxhearts, they were beaten and sold to slavers passing through the blind sea. Key knows it because he gave the order. That's why you're here, Candle grumbles. Already got plenty of reasons to quit, thanks. Key looks at the map of Greypool. One step at a time. Practice heist safely until you get the hang of it. First thing you're going to need is an income. You shouldn't be selling your loot in the same place you store it. Let's find somebody to do the work for you. And so we've got practice heists now. I don't really care about the practice heists. What is this? That is fresh blood. Key offers to take a handful of new recruits and put them to their paces. Okay, missions take multiple days to compete. Has thrown an advance 3 days to complete this mission. Oh! Okay, so it's a training mission. He can teach them how to be better at their jobs. Now, our stakeout is almost done down here. You can see that these houses have had coins added to them. That means that if I want to, I can go to these areas and I can loot them. I could loot them even if I didn't have them scouted. But it's always a good idea to stake out a location before, you know, you get yourself in trouble. I'll take Key on this one. That sounds good. Yeah, take Key over here, and we'll take Flick. We'll take Bosch and Candle. And so there it is. They're on that mission, and they're just going to train for a little bit, and so we'll advance time by a day. Every 60 days, or every 5 days, we got to pay $60 because I guess we owe money or something like that. And as you can tell, his scouting gets better and better, and so all these houses have had coins added to them. If there was multiple coins in the stack, that means there's really good stuff in there. He's also found a racket. And so he's found a tavern. So taverns let your thieves carouse or find new recruits. Carousing gives you morale, and high morale gives thieves better success rates on missions and improved training results. Okay. Can I send anybody to carouse? Okay, that's fine. Arbalest, go ahead and abandon that. It'll take him 1 day in order to get back to base after having scouted for us. They might be worth something someday, Key remarks. The recruits managed to come back without raising any alarms or earning any wounds. All in all, a success. Train at the headquarters by clicking the Thieves' training coin to improve stats or learn new abilities. Oh, cool. Wow, they got a ton of XP for that. That's great. All right, so let's go back to our base very rapidly, which we can click on the headquarters thing up here. And now that we've clicked on the headquarters thing, we can go to the training room. And anybody that has that next to their little thing. So he's leveled up twice. That means we can give him 2 trainings. And so he's got a minor ability, and he's got a standard training. So it requires 1 training point, or we can go 3 training points so that he can learn a new ability. Automatically reveal adjacent rooms during heist. I'll probably give that to Key because he's always running in there. Determine guard health and item value before looting. Okay, that's not bad. Leap between buildings and safely drop from heights. Might also be useful. Or I can increase his raw stats for 1 point. Also an option. I'll probably go... Let's give him skill training for right now. Make him better at what he do. Key. I'm going to have Key do Vigilance. I'm going to have Flick. Flick has pretty terrible skills. And so I'm just going to make him better at skill. He needs to learn how to fight better because he's obviously a strength character. I need her to do... Ooh, she's got good stuff. She's the main character, though. She's got critical strike, more frequent max damage. So go ahead and take that. That's a great thing. She's my assassin anyways. So I might as well let that happen. It's going to be 3 days before training gets done. So let's go back to the city and we'll advance some time. Kind of see what happens out here. Shields have not gone up. Collect money from the items sold. Oh, cool. We got a little bit of cash right there. Made about $24 from the tavern. Nice. We owe 60 bucks pretty soon, though, so that's going to suck. Everybody should be out of training now, I think. And I think I'm going to hit this neighborhood right here. So let's go ahead and heist it. They still have some skill points left over. I'm going to bring Candle just in case we need to fight. I'm going to bring Botch. I'm going to bring Flick. His skill went up by 9. Okay, that's pretty good. And I'm going to bring Key. And let's bounce on in here and see what we can get done. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Line them all up against the wall, and let's find ourselves some treasure. I love games that have to do with thievery and stuff like that, though. And games like this don't get made very often, which is why I'm trying to, like, support it, you know what I mean? Like, it's a game that, like, doesn't get made very often. Let's get him in here. I don't know what that guard's gonna do. Hopefully he does not come in here. If he do, we got problems, but at least this door was unlocked. I'm gonna let him wait right here for a second so Candle can loot the rest of the stuff. Candle can actually fight the guards, and she will wreck guards. Like, she is hardcore. Are these dudes coming this way? No, nobody came this way. Keep watching. I bet they go out. He's actually upstairs, so I'm gonna go for this right now. He's got time to grab. She's got time to grab it anyways, and she has really good carrying weight, so I think she'll be all right at Jade Music Box. Let's bounce back downstairs because I get the feeling that guard's probably going to come down. You can stand in stairwells and eavesdrop and, like, nothing bad will happen. You can just, like, hang out right here. But we got everything from right there, so I want to hit the floor right above. He went upstairs, so Botch, go ahead and watch up there. Candle, make your... This is very risky what I'm doing right now, by the way. BT dubs. Oh, shit. That door was locked. I was not expecting it to be locked. If he comes upstairs, we got problems. All right, so let's go down here. I'm going to send in Key. And Key's got to get that door open for us. So let's go ahead and stand him right here and wait and see what this guard do. Because that guard's too close for comfort. Alright, he went back in there. We'll get him to unlock this. Perfect. Get him to grab whatever he can from that little area. Jade Music Box. Run back downstairs. Close that off. Okay, he's coming back downstairs. Actually, I can leapfrog him now, I think. Was there anything up here? Oh, there is. Okay. Let's loot that very rapidly and hope nobody comes back upstairs. Let's put you on hide. And so if you're in hide mode, your anonymity goes down slower, and then you can bail out once they get past you. I would recommend that you learn to channel that ability. It's a very good ability, and if you can use it properly, you can have one thief who just clears out like an entire building. It's actually fairly incredible. If he's going to come back... Ah, he's not coming back out, damn. I'm thinking we may have too much heat here. There's a couple of guards that just don't seem to be leaving. And to be fair, there's a couple of skeevy-looking dudes, like, standing outside of a building up against the wall like they ain't up to anything. I mean, if they decide to leave, fantastic. Ooh, they did. Alright, go back upstairs. He only got seen like a little bit. So if I can loot this room real fast. Oh shit, hide. Hide, 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 hide. Eh, he's getting a little bit weaker right now. Grab that. Guard's no longer looking at us, so we gotta wait for him to piss off. Okay. I'm gonna get in the stairwell, and then we'll go back downstairs, and that's an entire house that we just stole. We took a bunch of stuff from that house, so we're solid. Let's hit this one over here and see how much money we can make, because we are bleeding cash at the moment with all of the things that we're doing. There's somebody on that floor. That kind of sucks, because that's gonna make it very difficult to get anything done. However, what I can do is I can assassinate with Candle if I need to. However, this guy might call for help, and if he calls for help, all the guards in like a 4-block radius come running. So it might not be worth the risk. Botch, come over here. Is there a stairwell right there I can get up? Let me put him in hide mode, and then the second that he can listen, there is a stairwell right there. Okay. Now that I know that there's a stairwell, civilians don't tend to move much. Hey, what's going on? Oh my god, there's so many civilians in here. Okay, let's just not do that then. This building's gonna be a bust. There's too many people walking around. It's just like real life. If there's a ton of people standing around, you probably don't want to go in and get, like, beat the hell down, you know what I mean? Like, let's take Candle in real quick. I don't know if there's any guards in here or whatever, but I don't see any. We'll have people stand out front just in case. We have loot right here, so I'll go ahead and take it. Common sugar wine. That's good because I can actually sell that. I need Key to come up here. Candle, go check upstairs. Are both of these locked? They are not. So Key, go ahead and bust that open for me. And then we'll have Key unlock that too. Alright, you come down here. Key, you go up there. We're running through this place real fast. Get that lockpick nice and dirty. And then let's get Key out of the building. Unless, actually, let me go back up and check and make sure this door is not locked. This door is not locked, but there's not anything in there either. So let's go ahead and get them both out of the building. There's no loot left. This place didn't have anything. This place had like one chest, and that's pretty much all. I mean, there might be some up there. I can have Key go look. It doesn't hurt because there's no civilians around, so it's not like we're going to get in trouble or anything for having a brief little... Oh, shit, there's a civilian right there. Okay. Well, I guess the civilian's hanging out in his weird... Dude, you guys live in a mansion. You realize that? It said this is the hood, but this is like a really big house, man. These people out here got that serious... They got that serious square footage. All right, let's send in Botch. Botch hasn't used up much of his stealth score. Ain't nothing right there. We'll just use him as a scout for right now. Does that open? Is there anything over here? Sometimes there's stuff on the shelves behind other stuff that's like occluding it and blocking it. It doesn't look like we've got anything in here, though, but sometimes there's treasure chests back behind, like laundry baskets and stuff like that that'll only show up when you walk past it. Botch will probably be fine. He's got so much stealth that he works great as a scout. After we do these crimes, though, I can virtually guarantee you we're going to have problems. Let's send in the climbing guy, actually. I'm curious on how his ability works. So if I wanted him to climb right here, he can go up. Okay, so that gives him an extra escape route. That's pretty nice. So he's scouted right there. Key, you come up here. Flick. Go check and see if there's anything you can steal from right there. Key, I need you back down here. So Key's got a bunch of stuff to do. Unlock that, and then we'll have Flick take everything. I don't see any guards around, so we should be able to get this done easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Get that right there. Flick, you go ahead and do your thing. Grab whatever loot you can. Key, you go over here. Flick got that exclusive small cask. We have a civilian over here. So go ahead and watch through the keyhole. And then, oh, I gotta unlock it. Shit, that's gonna be tough to time. Go up there. Unlock that door. I'm gonna try and grab as much as I can because we've already got people in the building. So we've got treasure up here. That's not locked. That's not locked. And there's nothing else over here that we can grab. So get him out of the building. Oh shit, that's not good. Civilians. And then Flick is going to have to go up here and at least attempt to do his thing, although we do have a guard pretty close. But he's reasonably decent at climbing, so I think if I can get him out of a window, he can leapfrog the guard and he'll be okay. Come on, grab the treasure, bro. We don't got time for this. Get them ducats. A brass flask. You'd think that that would mess up the flavor of the liquor. I don't know. Maybe I don't know anything about liquor and brass flask, but it sounds like it to me. And then we got 3 gold from there. Let's go ahead and we will bounce on out of here. I'm actually going to throw him out of a window real quick. And from this one, we only got like 1 house left, I think. And so we'll check this house, and that'll probably be the last thing that we do in this episode. He's got... So there's a guard inside the house. Okay. We can handle that. Ooh, that's a very nice cask right there. So those tend to have really good loot. So we probably want to go in there and get it. Probably. I can send in Key. I wonder if this door is locked and that's why they didn't come out. It is. Oh, the door's locked, so that's why they can't come out. He's not doing anything over there, so we'll go ahead and lockpick that. And the second that's lockpicked... Did that actually get picked? Oh, it didn't. I broke it off too early. Okay. Alright, go back downstairs real fast. Botch, keep listening. We got to get to that right there. That's what we want. Luckily, it's next to a window, so we can loot it and get the hell out. These guys might be private guards. So some guards actually stay inside of houses and don't leave. Botch. Shit. So he doesn't have much stealth left. So technically Flick is who we want to use right here because he's got some stealth left. So does Bosch. Bosch, go ahead and listen for me. Too bad he can't hear the sound of a locked door. That'd be awesome if you could hear people like jiggle the doors that are locked and stuff like that so you know which ones are locked. That'd be so clutch. Shit, dude. I gotta get past this guard over here and he is not going anywhere. If that door is locked, we are hosed when I go out there. I keep waiting for him to go upstairs, but... Oh, there we go. Alright, send in Bosch. We're gonna scout some... Okay, so that's not locked. That is. He came upstairs. There's a cask right there, so I know who I need and what I need it from now. That door is locked. We are gonna have to hide here. And wait for them to go somewhere else. Can you listen while you're doing that for me, please? Oh, shit, dude. Alright, you go back down in the sewers. Go back down in the sewers. So he's gone. We don't have our lockpicking guy anymore. So really the only thing we can do at this point is extract. If the guards had come into contact with him, they would have arrested him. And it would have been all bad. Alright, sneak away. And then we'll go out the window. We don't have anybody that can pick the locks on any of this stuff now, so... Although, there is an argument to be made that we might be able to get Flick into a window. He can climb down. Just kind of depends. Go ahead and hide right there. Go ahead and hide right there. That guard doesn't look like he's turning around. If I can get you right there and close that door. Oh, that's so legit. So does he only climb down to the floor, though? He can't open windows from the outside? Yeah, I think he can just climb down from any height. Okay. That works. I ain't upset about it. We still had loot over here somewhere that I had failed to pick up. I think it was that right there. Let me watch through the keyhole and make sure this dude's not coming. Alright, we'll go down here and we'll get this loot. Hold on, I gotta stealth for a minute. Oh shit, we got problems. Yeah, get out of the building. Jesus. Hey, buddy. It definitely wasn't me up there. How you doing? Okay, so we're out of stealth points, so unless Flick can grab it, I'm sorry, unless Bosch can grab it, we got problems. So Bosch, you listen right there. Doesn't look like the guards are around. Go grab whatever that is and then get the hell out of there. He's the only person with points left, so we got to do what we got to do. Alright, so we got a little bit of gold too. And so let's bounce on out. Pretty successful heist. I think we did alright. My name is Splattercat. This game is called Killers and Thieves. My name is Splattercat. I will see you all later. Thank you for stopping on in. We got XP, we got items, and we can sell them. And we will do that in the next episode. Leave me lots of likes and comments if you want to see more episodes of this. If this was just a cool standalone, let me know how you feel. The game gets a little repetitive in the long term, but at the same time, like, I feel like if they patch this game, they could definitely make it a really solid game. It's just like little annoying things that I think hold this game back from true greatness. I will see you all later. How do, everybody?